Batman Returns, the sequel to Tim Burton's Batman movie. The only difference really between the first one is the villains, because the tone is the same and Batman's characteristics are the same. Can I just talk about that now? I hated this movie when I was a kid. I did not like it. And within my most recent watchings, which were the last 2 times, I like it more. I have more respect for it, but as a Batman movie, I still don't like it. When I was a kid, I don't think I liked it because I don't like this. This is really dark and evil, and the Penguin's just creepy. He's a demented bastard, and he still is. I mean, I watched it. He's creepy. Danny DeVito did this role really well. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. I know a lot of people sort of see that as the inception of their puberty or whatever when they were younger. This wasn't. I like Catwoman in this movie, but when I was a kid, the movie was just so bad that I didn't care. The inception of my puberty was actually a mixture of the next movie because of Nicole Kidman and Charlie's Angels. So yeah, there's a little about me. Let's talk about the acting. Michael Keaton is the best in this movie, best actor in this movie. DeVito is creepy little bastard, but he's good at it. And I kind of like his character, but at the same time, I just find him so dark and evil that it's a little hard to really like him. And Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman was awesome, although she had some bad parts. I mean, when she's licking herself, that was embarrassing. That's like, ugh. And then some lines like, "I'm Catwoman, hear me roar," and meow and stuff. It's like, oh, this is embarrassing for her as a person. But then she had some cool parts as Catwoman, but just some annoying parts. For the most part, though, she was really good. Worst actor in this movie, though, was Christopher Walken as Max Schreck, because what the hell is he doing? He was so bland and boring in this movie. And the Penguin has recently risen from the sewers to run for mayor and then try to kill all the kids in Gotham, and Max Schreck ends up killing his assistant, Selena Kyle, because she finds some stuff because he wants to build a nuclear plant, and he had a whole bunch of plans that she kind of discovered, even though he's the guy that runs like a Walmart type place, so that's convoluted and never really explained. But Batman and Catwoman sort of battle it out a little bit. The Penguin doesn't really battle it out, but when he starts, he's pretty funny most of the time. He's a creepy bastard, though. He's biting people's noses. The only part I didn't really like of his was when he's got the little Batman mobile like ride car. That I don't know where he got that. That was weird. Because besides the fact that he killed Selena Kyle to make Catwoman, his character did nothing. And when he kills Selena Kyle, she falls. He pushes her out of a window. She falls several feet, like a couple 100 feet or something. Hits the ground, and then a bunch of cats just show up to start eating her or something. And she wakes up. All of a sudden, she's got 9 lives. She has all the personalities of a cat. Makes no sense. But neither did the Joker's origin, really. Tim Burton's villain origins are just really weird. And the Penguin. He was sent into the sewers as a child by Pee Wee Herman, his father. That was funny to see. And then he comes back because he wants to figure out about his parents. But he wants to be mayor so he can kidnap all the children in Gotham, all the firstborn children, and kill them. And he's got a lot going on. And yeah. It's kind of a busy movie. It's not as busy as something like Spider-Man 3, but it's getting there. And Batman in this movie doesn't really do nothing. He just kind of sits there. He sits there. And the bat signal will pop up, and all of a sudden, just, yes, time to work. That's like all he has to do. Don't get me wrong, that was a cool shot when the bat signal like flies into his house and he stands up in front of it. That looked cool. But that's kind of what he did in the first movie too. He just sits there and he's waiting to go beat people up. He has nothing to do. He is so bored. And then he goes out, and I hate it because just like last movie, Batman's a serial murderer. He goes out and kills people. The carnival gangster clown people. He stuffs dynamite down a guy's shorts, kicks him into a sewer, and lets him explode. Like, just big explosion. He killed someone. Now, if Christopher Nolan had a situation like that in The Dark Knight, it'd have been different. If someone shows up with dynamite, he'd have just thrown it away or something. He wouldn't stuff it, like if Joker in The Dark Knight showed up with dynamite, Batman wouldn't stuff it down his pants and push him off a rooftop or something. This Batman is homicidal, and I hate that. That's a terrible characteristic because in the comics, hell, everywhere but here, Batman doesn't kill. And it also messes with continuity because next movies, the next two, Batman's all against killing. Maybe you decide after stuffing enough dynamite down someone's shorts that, maybe I was wrong to do all that. Maybe my parents didn't want something like that for me. It's weird. The villains in the movie, though, I like Danny DeVito for the most part as Penguin. Catwoman's pretty fun. Shrek sucks. But yeah, this movie has a darker shift than the first movie. It's a dark tone shift. Like, it's still pretty comical, though. Like, these two Burton movies, there's some stuff that you can almost connect it back to the 1960s Batman show, but it's a darker tone. It gets darker in the Nolan movies, but it works in those ones because they made it dark, but still not like Batman showing up, blowing people up, blowing up giant factories, slitting people's throats. Not that he did that in the movie, though. Yeah. But then there's also the Too Late, which the next two movies I'm going to talk about quickly. I'm not doing separate reviews. I'm doing those together, so I got to get onto that. All in all, I like this movie, and I like it more now than I did when I was a kid. When I was a kid, much like most kids I assume, they hated it. It was dark, it was creepy, I don't like this Batman. But now I can kind of appreciate it for what Tim Burton was doing, because he really made this more Tim Burton-y than the last one. The last one was Tim Burton doing Batman. This time, it's Tim Burton makes a Tim Burton movie, and Batman's in it. Last time, Tim Burton was kind of screwing up Batman. This time, it's not even Batman at all. He's just used a guy that looks like Batman in a Tim Burton movie. So I would probably have to give Batman Returns a B. Somewhat inferior to the Batman movie, but still on its level, still enjoyable. Go watch it.